Okay, who here hasn't been to space? Why? You better not throw up on my ship.
Approaching jump in 3, 2, 1.
What's up and what's going on, fellow fanatics, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we discuss all things movies, TV, streaming, hot topics, and more. And staying on the hot topic train here, one of the hot topics that has been a hot topic that I feel like we need to have a fucking watch party for. We need to be watching for Ezra Miller because I feel like after this, there may be something new that pops up for Ezra Miller being back in the news. And before we get into anything that Ezra Miller has done, we're going to have Q go ahead and read from, I believe that is Deadline First, saying what Warner Brothers has to say about Ezra Miller actually finally possibly being fired from Zaslav and Warner Brothers. Q, what does that article say there?
There's no winning in this for Warner Brothers.
I love that start.
One studio source tells us this is an inherited problem for Zaslav. The hope is that the scandal will remain at a low level before the movie is released and hope for the best to turn out. Sources said even if no more allegations surface, the studio won't likely keep Miller in the Flash role in future DC films. That would mean replacing him in the future, but there is still a $200 million investment on the line with the first film, and Warner Bros. Execs have to be cringing at each new press report.
Oh, cringing indeed. Now, if you have been paying attention to the merger of Warner Brothers and Discovery, the acts of Zaslav that John Campea and his team call it, Zaslav has been very active in cutting so many projects. He cut the Wonder Twins, which never should have been in production. He cut so many of the CW shows. Warner Brothers and Zaslav have gone in and just slashed out everything that needs to be done. Now, one thing that has bothered me about the whole Ezra Miller thing and everything that they've been doing has been the silence of Warner Brothers, has been Warner Brothers not coming out and saying what they're going to do or condemning him or anything like that. And I understand that from a business standpoint that, yeah, there are certain measures that have to be taken because this is a $200 million film that, you know, we've been putting off and putting off and putting off. And now I bet you Warner Brothers and Zaslav are sitting over there thinking to themselves, damn, we should have put this movie out a long time ago during its release, when we were originally supposed to put it out, so we wouldn't have to be dealing with any of this. But the question that I have for you is when you see these things, Trey, about Ezra Miller being in the headlines once again, and let me actually quickly here give a quick rundown for you that don't know. About 2 years ago in 2020, Ezra Miller was accused, or not just accused, but caught on camera choking out one of his fans. Just recently here in Hawaii, he has been terrorizing many people. He terrorized an assault on a couple at a karaoke bar for singing karaoke. He broke into a couple's home, threatened to set them on fire, stole their passports. He threw a chair at a woman's head in Hawaii. He was arrested twice in Hawaii. Now, recently, he has been accused of grooming a young girl from the age 12 to who is now 18. Her name is Dakota Irons. She is lost with him. He has been on Instagram and social media taunting the authorities, saying things like, you can't find me, I'm in a different dimension, I'm this or I'm that. And now the latest news is that he's grooming another 12-year-old girl, and that there are now guns involved with whatever fucking farm he's on with these families and these children. So when you hear all this bullshit going on with Ezra Miller and Warner Brothers and these fans are now starting to condemn him, but in the very early stages of this, everybody was saying the same things. Well, they're just misunderstood, and they just need help, and they just this and they're just bullshit. So what do you think when you hear all the bullshit going on with them and Ezra Miller? Where does your mind go with the film? How do you think the film will do?
Really bad. I mean, see, this thing with Ezra Miller is this has gone on for months, right? I'm almost to the point of, like, it's laughable that I have to sit here and explain how this is going to work. Because it's like, the film is, I mean, no one should watch it, just for the simple fact that, I mean, he's grooming children, right? He's grooming children. Like, that's it. That's all it needs to be done. And I get, you know, on the filmmaker side of things where it's like, this is can we just piss away $200 million? Not really.
Right.
You really can't. I mean, that's bad. That's a lot of fucking money. But, like, I don't know. I mean, at this point, you know, just his tirade, the things he's been doing and done, there's no justifying it. There's no, but not only that, I'm to the point now where I'm just like, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I don't want him to be famous. I don't want him to have a headline.
I'm in the same boat.
And now when I say don't want to talk about it, let's be clear. I'm not saying to ignore, forget, I'm saying, like,
I'm sick of talking about Ezra Miller every 5 seconds in the headline with a new story. when this could have been nipped in the bud a long time ago. And I've seen people saying, well, why didn't they get them help? Well, here's the thing about that. People have to be willing to receive help. You know, you can't force someone to do something that they don't want to do. In order to receive psychiatric or any type of rehabilitation, that person has to be willing. And from what we've seen, Ezra Miller has been completely unwilling. He's been I'm sorry, I want to be respectful here. They've been completely different.
Fuck, I didn't even...
We're rattling things off because there's just so much that's been going on. So Q, when you hear that they are back in the headlines again, and this time for grooming children and taunting the police and things like that, and they've now recently deleted, I believe, their Instagram. How do you think that this film is going to do? Can Ezra Miller actually sit down with an interviewer and talk about anything other than these allegations? Can you talk about a film with him if you sit down?
No, I have so much to say. I don't think I'm going to get it all out simply because my opinion is not completely relevant to really what's going on. But I'm going to start by, you kind of took the words out of my mouth. We can start by saying why don't we just get them help? They need help, this, that. But I mean, at a certain point, it's like, we tried to give you this help. And so if you're not accepting the help, in my opinion, he should have been dealt with consequences a long time ago for some of the stuff he's done. So, in my opinion, whenever it comes to a movie, in my opinion, it is the business, it's the company's fault to a certain extent, because like you said, they could have released it at a certain time. They could have, whenever they first started acting out, could have nipped it in the bud like that, could have released the movie just because, he did all this, they did all this after. And so, in my personal opinion, I don't see any reason why this nigga's not a criminal. I personally do believe
money and whiteness
that there is something legitimately wrong with them, and at the end of the day, they don't want help, and so I don't think that nigga should ever see the light of day again, bro. When you have these trends with, it's simple psychology. When you see these trends with people who don't want help, they're not gonna change, and so they're not accepting help. I mean, it's literally like, at this point, he's taunting the simple fact that he has not been found or whatever. So in my opinion, it's like a game to him.
Yeah,
and
it's turned into
when you
game.
throw in my opinion, when you throw in children and other people's lives,
you threw kids in it.
It's not it may be a game to you, but like to me, a random, like I'd fight for a random kid. So when I hear shit like that, I really don't like this nigga's sick to me. Like, I don't have anything good to say.
Because here's the thing about it. It goes back to what Trey said. We are now at a point where it's not about you assaulting someone. It's not about what you did, getting arrested and throwing a chair at someone. You are now grooming children.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit about the other things.
Right.
And now I don't. Right. Like, that's the difference. Where it's like there's TMZ tabloid headlines. You know. Oh, I pushed a dude that was filming me, or I threw a chair at someone because I'm drunk. Like, and those are kind of extreme, but like, you are grooming a child.
You're making the day-to-day decision.
You no longer you cannot turn around and say, I have a drinking problem.
You are making the day-to-day decision
to continuously proceed with what you're doing, thinking it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, knowing, and then it's the simple fact that they are hiding it, or trying to hide it. So it's like, they know it's wrong, essentially. And like, in my opinion, once you're grown, you know it's wrong, dude.
But
anyone mess with
let's be real honest with it, though. When we're talking about a lot of celebrities, grooming is like not a big deal. They get away with it all. Drake,
all the time.
I'm sorry, I will forever say, you can love his music, you can whatever, he grooms children. He does. He did it with Millie Bobby Brown. He did it with who was that model that
did hang out with Millie, didn't he?
No, he was texting her about boys and all this other stuff when she was 12 or 13. He did it with, there was a model that the minute she turned 18, they made their relation, them hanging out public, and
we know that this is a problem within Hollywood.
Right, but it's been a problem.
Hollywood.
But it's been a problem within Hollywood for like 70 years,
for a long time,
probably ever, honestly. But I mean, So I get that some people don't care. That's the weird thing, is he's hitting all the boxes that no one seems to, for some reason, care about. And that's what annoys me. And that's why I'm just ready for him to not have a career anymore, and none of us need to talk about it. Like,
and you know, that brings back...
Get rid of him.
That rounds it back to... And again, I feel sorry for everyone involved with this film, like Michael Keaton, the girl, I forget her name, playing Supergirl. This is her first big break, you know, this is her first big thing. I feel bad for them, you know, because, and not just them, the people, the editing crew, the VFX, the producer, everyone involved outside of Miller, I feel bad for, because it's
he's
like...
ruining all their lives.
You know, and what does what does Warner Brothers and Zaslav do in this position? What do you sue Ezra Miller for $200 million? I mean, I'm sure he doesn't have it like that. I'm sure he ain't got $200 million just sitting in his account like that. But my thing is, do you sue him for you damaged this film? You're the reason we might, honestly, because this is a real question out there. Are they going to just release it on HBO Max, and in doing so, you lose so much money?
We saw it with
because
Black Widow.
For those of us, I'm sure we all have HBO Max accounts. They're not making any money from us viewing that film. Why? We're already fucking subscribers. You already make monthly money off of us.
Right.
So they're not making money off of us. So then again, the question is, do you fucking sue his ass for the $200 million? I mean, and then if you can't, I mean, I don't know what you do here.
Then you gotta split money with the streaming service to go straight to them.
It's all bad, bro.
It's like...
I mean, obviously they recast him, but that's another question. Do they do a scene where maybe, because this is supposed to be the DCEU's reboot. This was supposed to be their reboot to to try to get everything lined up, because Zaslav
and that's the problem that he's the Flash, because anytime they've done a reboot, or anytime the Flash has had to reset things, he's the one that's the same.
That's
true.
It's kind of like
Barry's
the
key
character that needs to be.
He gets to watch all of his friends die, and he. And is out of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so it's like, do you recast him though? Do you bring a Grant Gustin in? Do you bring Grant Gustin in and have him do a scene? Do you shoot a scene where at the end of the movie it's not Ezra anymore, and it's a different? Maybe he's done everything that he's done in the Flashpoint, and it comes back and it's a different Flash.
In this certain situation, fans would understand. Like, Ezra Miller is no longer our Flash.
Oh, definitely that.
Proceed in some different direction.
That. But how do you put that in the film?
I don't know.
Because you can't.
I get what you're saying, because I don't think you can scrap this whole movie and just refilm it.
But I think this is you gotta put this movie out.
And see, and the thing about the press tour is you can't just send Michael Keaton on every tour. What's he gonna say? Well, why
don't they just reverse Flash him, and like the whole movie he's vibrating and buzzing and shit?
I mean, it's like I said, you can't have Michael Keaton just do the sole promotion of the film, because he's only in it for like 10-15 minutes. What's he gonna do? Say, well, I'm in the film for 10-15 minutes, but the star of the film's out here fucking up, so I'm doing the fucking press tour. Yeah. Like, it just, like, again, it's a lose-lose. You put it out there, you're losing, because people, like you said, are not gonna be able to sit down and see the film without seeing Ezra Miller the Groot. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you can't put it on HBO Max or you can, but you're gonna lose tons of money. You could do a Back to the Future deal. You know, in the original Back to the Future, Michael J. Fox didn't originally film for Back to the Future. They reshot so some of those scenes are not Michael J. Fox. Like those scenes of his back, some of those aren't him. That's just shit they shot around. Right. Now, did it cost the company billions of dollars?
Yeah, anytime you have a scene where the Flash is running and you don't see Ezra's face, that can still be in the film. But like anything involving the character,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think Zaslav and Warner Brothers want to dole out the money to redo that, to redo his face. It's a situation they're in. But as always, question is for you guys. Let us know down below what you guys think in the comments. What do you think of Ezra Miller? I mean, at this point, are you just sick of talking about Ezra Miller? Because at this point, I'm sick of talking about Ezra Miller. Yeah. I'm sick of talking about the Flash film. At this point, I really seriously feel so bad for the DCEU. I feel bad for Zaslav and Warner Brothers. I feel bad for anybody involved over there, because this right here was their reboot. And now that this is taking a turn for the worse, and you've got the negative press that's following Miller around, what do you do? What do you do? So let us know down below in the comments what you guys would do if you were in Zaslav or Warner Brothers' position. What do you do with this film? Does it go straight to HBO Max? Do you gamble and release it in theaters and just pray for the fucking best? Or do you just scrap the film and say, we're fucked? I mean, so let us know down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you guys in the next video.